Let's look for this on our paper money because it's going to make them worth a ton of money, guys. Keep your eyes peeled for the things that we go over in this video. We're going to show you this example really quickly. It's the last note on this video and it sold for $16,800, but more on that later. Let's hop into this first note. This one sold for $210, guys. It is a 1988 $1 bill and we're on the back of the bill because I want to show you this area called a back plate number. Now, the backplate number is somewhat important because it tells a BEP employee where this specific bill is located on a printing plate. And when you flip the bill over to the front, on the right hand side, you'll see the front plate number. And before that front plate number, you'll see a small little FW. That stands for the Fort Worth facility where this specific bill was produced. Now, if your banknote does not have an FW on it, that means it was produced at the Washington, D.C. facility. Now, that can be important on specific bills. However, on this one, you can see the Treasury overprint on the left-hand side was slightly misaligned, and someone was able to turn this $1 bill into 210 bucks. 252 bucks for this $100 bill with a solvent smear error on the front of the bill. Now, you may be thinking to yourself, old money prices, why can't I just get a $100 bill, pour a little bit of water on it, and duplicate this error, or even some sort of chemical? Well, there's a few things there. First of all, a company like PMG or PCGS is going to very quickly be able to identify a bill that has been intentionally altered to make it look like an error. There are some bad people out there that are trying to rip us off and scam us when it comes to these rare bills, and they will intentionally do this to try to make more money on these banknotes. So if you come across a solvent smear error like this one, keep it very safe, don't fold it, because folding it will decrease the value. This one sold for 252 bucks. $336 for this $1 bill. Now, this is a genuine United States $1 bill. It's called a silver certificate. So back in the day, you could take this $1 bill to a local bank and exchange it for equal value of silver. Very cool concept there. This one, however, has a BEP rejection tag, which means that at the end of the process, Quality Control Manager noticed that this sheet was a bit off center. You can see how the margin on the left-hand side is much larger than the right. This is a bit of a cutting error. So what should have happened here is that this bill should have been destroyed and a new sheet of bill should have been produced. However, it accidentally got out. That's why it sold for 336 bucks. This is such a cool thing, and I'm glad that we added it to the list because this $100 bill sold for 420 bucks. And there's only going to be one way to tell if you have this bill, and that's going to be holding it up to the light. You may be thinking to yourself, what do you mean? Well, these $100 bills have what's called a watermark. Watermarks are a security feature that are added to a banknote to deter counterfeiting. They could be worth 4 times as much as their face value, just like this one that sold for 420 bucks. $840 for this 2001 $1 bill. Now, when it comes to paper money, the back of the bill is always going to be the first print, at least in the United States. Now, the front print is going to be the second print, and the third and final print is going to be that overprint there. This bill on the second print had an insufficient inking error, and that's why it sold for 840 bucks. All right, here we go. Let's do it. This one sold for $1,800. It's a 1988 $1 bill. Now, I want to do a little bit of a game here, guys, because it really is a small feature that not many people will notice on this bill. So we're going to zoom in, and we want you to pause the video and leave a comment down below telling us why you think this bill sold for $1,800. If you look very closely, you should be able to tell that there's an error somewhere on the bill. We'll give you a little bit of time for that. So if you're looking at the serial numbers on the bill, the bottom left serial number starts with 114 and the top right serial number starts with 004. This is called a mismatched serial number error. This can happen on any sort of bill, so keep your eyes peeled, guys, and if you come across one, keep it safe, don't fold it, don't damage it, because $1,800 for this $1 bill. Alright, $16,800 for this $1 bill. It's the same year as the previous one, except this is what's called a web note. So we're going to go over web notes really quickly. There's 3 different ways to see if you have one. The first way is going to be Washington's portrait. It's going to be a bit washed out on a web note. The second way is the front plate number. It's only going to have a number instead of a letter and a number. And the last way is going to be that backplate number. Now, the location of the backplate number on a web note will be to the right of In God We Trust, and on a non-web note it's going to be at the bottom right hand side of 1. So that's how you tell if you have a web note. That in combination with the fact that this is a mismatched suffix error, which means the last digit in the serial number is different, you're in for a real treat because this one sold for $16,800, and if it was in better condition, it would have sold for even more money, guys. So keep your eyes peeled, and we'll see you in the next video.